Imagine a world where luxury meets adventure and every journey feels like a masterpiece. Welcome aboard Motor Yacht Unbridled, an exceptional charter experience where every detail is tailored to your desires. From thrilling water sports to moments of pure relaxation, every day brings new horizons. Step into the future of chartering aboard Unbridled. Available now.
Hey folks, we're just live streaming here in the Bridge Deck Salon kind of Sky Lounge area of Motor Yacht Unbridled, the 191 Trinity, available currently in Auke Bay, Alaska, near Juneau. And we've got a bit of time between two trips. We've got the owner coming in here. But one of the highlights of the last trip we did with Michelle and Chase over here was tell us a little bit about the cocktail. So you've got 46,000 views, correct?
Correct.
And that blows my mind because that's a football stadium. So a football stadium, people love this cocktail. Tell us about it.
The Ranger coffee. Well, where did we learn this? On a safari.
Yeah, early morning sunrise safaris.
Oh,
It's
lovely.
a very South African traditional, like wake me up coffee.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds fantastic. And talk us through it.
Okay, so Chase is gonna make this with me because I want him to make me this in the morning. Okay, so we're gonna start with instant coffee. You cannot do espresso at all. It will destroy the drink. So here you go. So this is 1 ounce and then 2 ounces. So we're gonna start with 1 ounce of hot chocolate. No.
And do you have a certain brand of instant coffee in South Africa that's good, better or not?
The coffee in South Africa?
Do you have the Nescafe or the...
Yeah, we have the Nescafe
Ah, cool.
and the Jacobs.
Yeah.
So we'll move this for now.
And it was quite a hit on the last trip, especially in Alaska where it's a little bit colder.
That's a warmer drink.
Works
And we
perfect.
had ranges of the local guides on board, so it worked out.
But we're gonna make this one cold
Okay.
so that for everybody else that's in the Caribbean or in the Med currently
Oh, good
can
idea.
also implement this drink into
Yeah.
their charter groups. You ready?
Yeah,
Let's
whenever
do
you
it.
are.
We're gonna do 1 ounce of hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
And you're gonna go straight into the glass.
1 ounce of
and
hot
don't
chocolate.
spill like me.
Oh, we're having fun here on Unbridled. Having fun.
Yeah,
We're not
I'm
on
gonna just
charter
top
now,
mine up a
so
bit, but yeah, just 1 ounce.
there you
That's
go.
all I spilled. Okay. And I'm gonna do 2 ounces of coffee.
So 1 ounce of hot
Okay.
chocolate. Is
And
it a
then
sweeted hot chocolate or?
the basic.
Basic
So
hot
the
chocolate.
Baileys is what sweetens it. So
Okay.
you don't want to overkill the sweetness.
Awesome.
Stuff.
There you
Good
go.
hot chocolate.
You're doing great. So normally you wouldn't throw it immediately in, but you don't want to shake it like an espresso martini.
Okay.
So if you're mixing everything straight into a shaker, you're going to get the same consistency as an espresso martini with a random flavor of hot chocolate.
Understood.
Yes. So the only thing you're shaking up and frothing up is the Baileys.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's what like mixes it.
So is that 1 or 2?
This is 2 ounces of instant coffee.
So 1 hot chocolate, 2 instant coffee, and now the fun stuff.
Also the packets. Like
Oh, yeah.
the,
With the sugar in it already.
Yeah, already with all of that. You can even use that, like throwing it all in together.
Okay. So it's up to 3 ounces now.
Yes. So a martini glass can only take 4 ounces.
Oh, there you go. These are tricks of the trade.
So
These are
that's
things we don't
how-
learn on the bridge, I'll tell you that much, you know?
Well, you can drive the beast.
Yeah, exactly. I drive the bus.
So you're gonna do to fill it up. Did you do 2 ounces?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
And then how many ounces of the Baileys?
So technically 1 because it frosts up. But we're gonna do just so that we can shake it up once and not kill everybody's ears.
Okay.
We will do. I'll do 4 ounces and then just shake it up and then we can share.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So we don't hurt anybody's ears.
We're natural behind the bar, you know. Chase and I are like, you know.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out here.
But the one thing that impressed me too on the last trip was the teamwork that you guys had. You've worked together for a while and I can see the flow, which is really important. You know, from a yacht captain, when I see that, I really enjoy it and the clients see it and can engage with it. Have you always kind of done that, or the boats you've worked on, you've seen that balance?
Well, we've seen it, but I think we make each other better crew members.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when one falls back, the other one's there to be like, I got you.
I
Like,
got you.
where can I help you? And it's not, you're on deck, I'm in a tier. Like, if I go, I'm behind, I need you. He's
Yeah.
like, what can I carry?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, of
like
course. One
he's-
team, one dream.
Yeah, exactly. And I really appreciate that because I see it. A lot of times you'll see, as a captain, you'll see, come on, just communicate, people. Like when the table's clear, the deck crew coming in
Communication's
clean,
everything.
whereas you two are really smooth. You know?
Yeah, appreciate
All right,
that,
make
yeah.
you dance, make you shake.
It's I always get excited to do my face.
You enjoying Alaska, Chase?
Oh, it's wonderful, Captain.
Have you caught a fish yet?
I have actually.
Yeah.
We got some king salmon. I think it was with Marshall.
Yeah.
I was with Dan.
Yeah.
And then that value when we were on charter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when the guest was off the boat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was wonderful.
And the king salmon, was it on the kayak or off the back of the boat?
No, just off the back of the HUV.
phenomenal, isn't
Yeah.
it?
That's really amazing.
So it's shaken Baileys. So we got one hot chocolate. We got two espresso, or not espresso, two not
Like
espresso.
Nescafe.
Nescafe.
So-
Instant coffee, and then how many of Baileys in each one?
So it's gonna top up. This one seems a bit short, but you will see it foamed up. So you only need 1 ounce. But the trick is, so if you shake in a margarita, for example, you
Yeah.
shake in a W,
Okay.
okay? Like a,
I didn't know that one. Marshall, did you know that one?
No.
It's
A margarita
all
shaken in a double.
for
I
example,
thought a shake was a shake.
no.
Shake isn't a
So
shake.
to froth it up, instead of using a frother, you shake the shaker in a circle.
Ah, okay.
Froth it up.
Or more around.
Yeah, more in a circle motion.
We are
And then you'll
struggling
get-
to go back to the normal camera here. It's not
Can I do my
changing
first
back.
one?
That's all right.
No.
So which one? The DJI?
Yeah, it's just
So it's gonna be like
doesn't
this
want to change
creamy-
back for some reason.
But
May have to unplug it, plug
Wanna
it
do
back
it
in
or
there,
can I-
Marshall,
Yeah, you
to
did.
go to webcam view.
Fun.
Big camera. So
Well,
the folks are looking at the drink, correct?
Yes, they were.
Perfect. So we're just tipping it in
shine.
now.
Tip it.
Oh, nice. It froths up quite nicely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna so I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna use the leftover sauce.
Hey.
It looks gorgeous, right?
Yeah, it does.
Choice the drinks that look beautiful.
That is amazing, actually. I'm shocked it frothed up so much.
There we go.
It has this beautiful at the bottom.
And it's just a Ranger's coffee.
It's just a Ranger's
What
coffee.
a nice way to start a
There's
day
not-
on a safari.
Not heavy alcohol. The only alcohol is the Baileys, and then it makes this beautiful at the bottom. You see, well, it
Yeah.
makes it in properly. But as you throw this in, then everything will just mix in. So instead of shaking up like the coffee and the hot
Pretty cool.
Okay.
Chase
How about the
actually
taste?
introduced me to this drink.
No, which
Oh,
straw
no.
do you want?
There's
Oh,
a
not
whole-
already yet, is
There's
it?
a whole. It's all about
I was excited. Man. I'm like, you got me tempted here.
It's all about presentation. Okay.
I think that's why you let people do what they do.
That's it.
People do know their skill sets. And on a yacht, depends on the size you're on too. As a captain, we know what we know, and we're here to help crew. And the crew really come in with their skill sets. I always say crew are professionals at their own skill, and you've got to trust them. You know.
Yeah,
But where
don't
did you
trust-
get your inspiration for
There we
your
go.
cocktails? Like with
for
clients?
cocktails? Well,
That's
hold
good,
on.
eh?
First of all, it's all about presentation, so let's clean up our mess.
Yeah.
And then
That looks stunning.
each person needs to have their own creativity.
Okay.
So cocktail was making cocktails was my biggest fear. The first time I held a shaker was in a sky lounge and it exploded in my hand. Like it went up in the sky. So that I can't let anything scare me.
Yeah.
So I went at it and I tried different. I had like cocktail with the crew
Yeah.
and was like, here's 3 different ones. Let's
Try
which one does everybody like? Because anybody can go to a restaurant and order something. So with each guest coming in, you try different flavors and you kind of see what catches people.
Mm.
So it's like, hey, try this, and if it's a winner, you keep using it and you keep making it better.
Yeah.
So instead of going wild with whipped cream, why don't you just throw off the Baileys?
Yeah. I've
A
never
lot
heard
of-
of that. Yeah.
A lot of clients want to have very everything must be skinny.
Yeah.
They're calorie cautious. So instead of like killing them with sugar, then they're not going to like it. Just keep it simple and also let them know they're not going to be drunk after it.
Yeah, exactly. Got to keep them enjoying the day. Especially in Alaska, all the whales we saw in the last trip and different things. But
Exactly.
you can make this hot, correct?
Yes.
And how would you do that with hot coffee?
So you wouldn't start in a martini
Martini
glass.
glass.
So you would use a regular coffee cup.
Yep.
So what I used in the last video was like a thicker glass. So you would prep it beforehand and then you would warm it up.
Yeah.
And you can use one of these instead.
Got all the tools in here.
It's a little dungeon. I'm looking for the little fucker. that
Oh,
I
no, the one. Yeah,
just-
this one.
Yeah, there you go. You can use one of these
As opposed to shaking.
as opposed to shaking so that you're not messing with ice.
Well, there's a tip of the day for the junior stewards. Don't have to commit to the shaker because a lot of times I've seen the junior stewards try it and they get it stuck.
Yes.
And then they're coming in with a stuck shaker, and I'm like, you got to hit it. You're too deep. How do you, as a tip for the stewards, how do you deal when you've got the shaker stuck?
When you got it stuck? Well, that's actually a common question.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you put it in, you see it's not straight. You have to go from the side, and then that's how you hit it. So it can't move. So I can shake like this or like that or anything. The trick is to you hit full blown when it's frozen, so that it just comes out. If not, a bottle opener is your best friend.
Oh, really?
Let's see what you can find.
I saw one in here.
One of these or one of the flat ones.
Okay.
Well, something that is strong. These are my favorite. Get yourself a pink
Which
one.
everyone can see these. Okay, show everyone that.
Yes. So this is your best friend. So I can put ice in this if you want, but all you would do is you would hit it like that. And it will automatically break.
Release it. Oh, perfect.
So this has always been used at every bar that I've worked at.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, that's simple.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Don't overcomplicate it and don't be scared to be creative.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. It looks absolutely awesm. I think Marshall's about to jump in for a taste
Yeah,
now,
I
too.
might.
I'm gonna try it.
You want to taste, Marshall?
Yeah, I'll have a taste.
Look at all these different sized straws here.
Oh, there you go, Marshall.
Pick your poison.
So we taste it just by putting your finger on top, correct?
Yes.
Do you have
So
one?
sure. So you just put it in.
So put it in, put your finger on top.
We did the tasting. Cheers.
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 Sorry.
Yeah, but very bad management.
Sorry, I apologise. I'm South African, It's not my drink, Australia just have the beer.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is stunning, yeah.
Thank you. I was
It's not
just-
very.
So 46,000 views. I'm learning this Instagram thing. I'm enjoying it. And it's very eye-opening, the exposure things happen. But I'm still blown away. 46,000 views. Is that a lot in the Instagram world?
It is a lot, but I think it maybe stood out because maybe a lot of South Africans were like, "Oh, why didn't we try this?"
Okay.
It's a basic traditional drink at home. It's like brandy and coke.
Yeah.
So
Out of the safari.
out of the safari,
Yeah. You were on a safari, correct?
That's
That is
good.
correct.
So you've flown all the way from South Africa, Unbridled. Join us for a bit here.
I had one of these before I came.
Oh, cool. Excellent. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
that's kind of how I got introduced to it.
Yeah.
He grew up in that, and that he was when he was a nature guide, did all of these things, and then when we went on the safari, he said, "Try this."
So what's your background then, Chase? In terms of, were you a ranger or?
Kat, before I joined yachting, I was in the ranging industry for
Yeah.
about 5 years. Yeah.
This is close to heart, isn't it?
It's very special.
Yeah.
As a ranger, you'll get your hot chocolate and we have a marula back home,
That's right.
so
Yeah.
we use that, and then
Amarula is the nut, correct? Or is that just the name of the brand?
Amarula is what elephants eat. It's a fruit that elephants eat to get drunk.
yeah.
Oh,
And they-
so it's not a nut, it's a fruit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fruit
on
that
the
falls
trees,
off a tree, and then when it rots, tell me if I'm talking nonsense.
Oh.
I don't
It's
know
a-
if they
it's a
have it
theory, though,
specifically. to
Yeah,
get
but
drunk,
it's like
but
it falls off, and when it rots, the elephants eat it, and then they get drunk off of it.
ferments.
You can say that, but not actually.
No? Okay.
No, they have to eat it.
I don't believe it. It's like
I mean, I
in
believe
Australia with
it
the
as well.
koala.
Yeah,
Maybe
I still believe
maybe
it.
they got a fermented one and it's stuck in,
Yeah.
one elephant.
It's a cool story, so I'll believe it.
Well, Australia, we have the koala. It's kind of sleeps 16 hours a day and eats the eucalyptus leaves.
Yeah.
And then everyone thinks they get drunk on the eucalyptus leaves. It's just that they're sleepy, I think. That's too much.
I'm going to keep to my story.
I want to talk about tablescapes,
Yeah.
shellscapes at sea, because that's a beautiful profile. It's a beautiful account. You've also been nominated for Woman of the Year from A Cruiser, from Yacht Fam.
Your fam.
And then with A
Woman of
Crew,
Yachting.
it was Best Stew.
Yes, for 2024.
Yeah.
You're part of it as well. You're in the team, man.
Yeah,
You're in the
Captain
team, buddy.
Liam
You find a pretty success story. There's a lot of people usually. Congratulations. That's a huge thing. Women in yachting is pretty powerful. It's great to see the yachting community support women. We work with Yacht International Radio, Raya, who's a beautiful one, been nominated as well this year. There's Yacht Fam. There's so many different organisations now that are really showcasing the intelligence of women and the space that they deserve in yachting. The space I think we need more women in is as a captain on a bridge, on deck, in engineering. So there's a lot further we can go. But I want to kind of touch base on more the tablescapes behind the platform itself. Where do you get your inspiration? We had a whale tail out of ice, and that was trippy. That was real phenomenal, and the guests loved it. And then you created all these tablescapes around different things. So talk us through it.
So you have to create 3 tables a day.
Oh, yeah.
And I have it as my mission to not repeat a table. because
Okay.
otherwise I wouldn't have a page.
Yeah.
So how I normally go is I would go to chef and be like, hey, what colors are in your food today? What is implemented into your food? Are you doing broccolinis, or you're doing a fancy, like a sauce that is going around, like butternut squash, all of those
okay.
colors. And I would use that to complement his food. So I use
So you
my
look at the
art.
menu, ask the colours.
Yes.
You can seafoods, fish.
Exactly. So then I would do like an aquarium theme,
Yeah.
or for example, the kid's birthday. They obsessed with the pirates and the sailboats, and so let's implement that into a pirate theme.
Yeah, that
We
was a
all
good
get
day, that
dressed.
one.
Yeah. We all went out singing, and it's
Yeah.
like gave them that experience. But how I get the colors and ideas is I go to chef and I go, hey,
Start there.
yeah, I start there. What's the color? So I'm not going to have a pink table if he has a bunch of like blacks and oranges and stuff like that.
I mean, that's why I think you stand out as a chief stew in the industry. There's so many chief stews, and full credit to all of them, and everyone's got their roles, and every boat's different the way it's managed. But you really bring in the different departments together, and I really value that. You bring in the deck team in terms of the table preparation, hang things right, then quickly bring it down. So it's really impressive. Full credit to you both. How was the driving of the HCB 42?
Oh, wonderful.
Did you get into the ice with it, or did you survive that?
No.
You didn't get so lucky. Yeah,
We got around that, yeah. Fantastic.
You got any other questions there, Marshall?
I haven't seen any come through. No.
Okay. What's some other things you want to tell people about? What's some advice you want to give some crew out there getting into yachting, or whether it's branding or cocktails or tablescapes?
Don't be scared to challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know. Don't be scared to ask your crew, like, I need you.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone has a bad day and doesn't have that energy.
Yeah.
And then it looks like they're not doing their job.
Yeah.
Where if you open, no one can smell what you're feeling. So go, Chase, I need you. Like, I'm backed up. They're asking me for 5,000 cocktails. I can't get this table cleared enough. Can you help me? And he goes, deck team, let's help the team. And that's like you communicating.
Yeah.
It all comes down to that. And then it's like you become this unit.
Yeah.
And when you see again, you're a family.
Yeah.
Because if I help you, you're going to probably help me too. It's like a back and forth kind of thing.
It all starts in the provisions.
It
It all starts in the provisions. When you see stews down the dock and no one's helping, you're like, this is not working. When you see a yacht where everyone's actually chipping in, even the engineers, even the cat, everyone's working
But it
together.
goes both ways.
Yeah.
It's where they're helping us. It goes, oh, the deck team is busy, like loading the tender. The guests are going on, like doing a beach setup. We can also wipe the table.
Yeah. Sure.
Like, what can we help you guys with?
Yeah.
And then that makes everybody's jobs a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And then you also notice the crew like each other a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's doing their little bit, you know. We win together. Anyway, I really appreciate your time. Usually keep about 15 minutes. We've gone over a bit. Anything else, Chase, you want to go over? Because your background sounds interesting. So you came from a ranger. Then when did you switch to yachting?
Cap about just almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Came into the, so I've got a family that's in yachting.
Yeah.
His uncle's a captain.
Yeah,
Oh,
convinced me to come into yachting.
Where did you learn your boat skills? Because I'm impressed. Man, I saw you out there. Not often we throw people onto the 42.
Yeah, no,
They usually work their way, up in the
Yeah,
system, and then you straight in. I saw you drive it, had no bow thruster, and I was like, I'm like, wow, I could drive
Bow
a boat.
thrusters.
Yeah. I mean, short story. I was on an Intrepid 32, and we were on a bow thruster then. And I used the bow thrusters, especially in St. Bart's.
Yeah.
Pretty rocky and a lot of groundswell over there. Michelle kept on hammering down because I'll call her over the radio and say she quickly needs to chuck me some lights, and she's like, you're not a professional if you use a bow thruster. So that's when I stopped. And
That's when you looked at it and went, who are you?
So, no, Cap, I've been going up in the water, a lot of fishing, a lot of center
Have to
consoles.
push each other.
Yeah.
Water is just a second nature, and I enjoy it, so I'm trying to study as much as I can.
Well, you're getting a lot out here in Alaska with the rain and the washdown you're doing today. We're on the bridge having a chat, and I'm like, there's deck crew out there. Love it.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to take showers later.
We're already where you can see the air.
Yeah. All right, folks, I really appreciate it. They can find you at shell_scapes_at_C. DM, WhatsApp, all those different tools. A pleasure having you with us. And this is going to stick with Unbridled for a lot of years. This is going to be a signature drink, I think, for the clients up in Alaska.
I hope so. It's a perfect drink and it warms up everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
There we go, Cap.
Appreciate it.
If your brand belongs in the heart of the yachting world, This is where it happens. Yachting International Radio reaches over 1 million yachting professionals and enthusiasts every month, with 77 million impressions, 220,000 social followers, and 74,000 podcast subscribers. Our hosts are insiders, crew, captains, CEOs, trusted voices shaping the industry. This is targeted, high-impact advertising in a luxury niche. Visit yachtinginternationalradio.com/advertise. Your audience is already listening.